G'day everyone, T-Nick back here in Transport Tycoon. You join me just outside Rond Grove Rivers, which I still maintain is a smart name for the town because it not only has rivers, but it is Rond Grove, I guess. I am here because we are a victim of a... Okay, well, those trains need to be sold. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, go away. I'm doing a thing here. We are clearly a victim of our own success here. I just looking around some of our stations to figure out what we should start with today. And I clicked on this fella and I went, oh, there's 4,300 passengers there. Ooh, 440 Shire. I'm going to say yes. I think we can use that. Yes. Means we should build one immediately just so we don't upset the manufacturer. So, no, I don't want available trains. I actually want to build a train. Let's just detour back over to some sort of depot and build one of those quickly so we can make sure we don't upset the manufacturer. What was it? The Shire. Yeah, build one of those and then sell it. And then sell it. There we go. That's gotten rid of that. Because I think that will actually help with what I want to do. Yes, as I was saying for the third time, we are a victim of our own success. We've got 4,298 passengers there at the moment. Now, where do they want to go? 4,244 passengers want to go via Plesbrook Interchange and 54 want to go via Strathaven. So clearly the trams are doing a good job bringing people from the dock. 18 of 18 passengers. We have 191 people have got off the ferry and from the town and want to go to this train station and then want to go to various other places via this station. So they might want to change here to go sort of off in this direction through Treeside, or they want to go up through Soonington or down to basically that is their gateway to the map. 413 people don't care where they're going. They just want to go for a train ride. So I'm assuming they're train buffs. They're just like, let's go for a train ride. Yay. 820 people want to go to Stanbridge, which is, I'm pretty sure, this fella over here. It is. Good for little Achberg Bay. 1,500 people want to go to Feeningham City Grand Central. So God knows why they've decided to go this way. I imagine they'd probably be better off getting a ferry over here and getting the train in. But basically what it tells me is we need to make some serious improvements to the trains passing through here. They are looking a bit dated. They're sort of using older rolling stock, except for this fella. He's doing all right. What are you? You're a mogul, I think? You are. You're a mogul. Good for you. You're a mogul as well. You're using older carriages. So also good for you. But yeah, I'm thinking we embark on a bit of an upgrade for these trains because they're all starting to look a bit dated. Also, Train 87 can't find a path to continue. Have I shoehorned way too many trains onto this route? And, oh no, there's one coming out of the tunnel now. We should probably also look at upgrading this railway line here. In fact, that railway line could help us solve our problem because that goes through Rond Grove Rivers to get to, well, Stanbridge City. And it might make people sort of assess whether they want to go via Plesbrook or around the long way if it gives them a bit more capacity. So why don't we get to upgrading this line? Then we can shoehorn more trains on this line. Then we can hopefully fix our problem. So we'll start up here at Baroli City by spending way too much money on, landscaping because we need to put a second track in here. So, ironically, that's actually probably going to be the easy bit. So we'll get rid of that track there. Get rid of that track there and throw down some signals just to help facilitate the movement of trains. Now, as we've hit 1928, I can't actually remember when the electric signal was invented, but let's say it was 1928 because, let's mix it up a bit. We'll build some semaphores, we'll build some colour light signals, and then eventually we'll just transition purely to colour light signals because I think they look quite spiffy. This one here's got a little flashy yellow light to tell us it's a home signal. I don't know why it's flashing now. It shouldn't be active because there's a train in the way, but you do you. So we come down here. Now this is going to be the more tricky bit. We've got to sort of smash our way through the town a bit and get rid of some of these houses. So we'll knock down your house and then we'll buy the land to make sure that the town doesn't sort of plop anything down in the interim. We'll knock down your house. Oh, the town's starting to get a bit shitty. You can tell the town's starting to get shitty because they start randomly relaying the concrete footpaths around the place. I don't know what prompts them to do that, but it's a thing that they like to do. So if that's what they want to do, then I say good for them. Now I'm hoping I'll hold the shift key down when we do this just to see what they think. Yeah, they'll let us demolish this road. I sort of need to get rid of this road as well. Yeah, they'll let us do that because we need to sort of drop the land down here and rebuild the road back up again. And God knows how we're going to connect this road back up. I'm going to leave that to the town. I'm assuming they'll make their own connection through there eventually. We'll get rid of that road as well. And they should be able to figure it out. I'm hoping. No, I did not want to zoom out. I wanted to click on the railway tool, because who doesn't like a good railway tool? Let's go with this fancy looking bridge. That's nice and modern. We will raise the land here so we can get another nice arch bridge across our giant yard. Tied arch, there we go. And that's a nice fancy looking set of double track we've got going there. I'm quite happy with that. Now we'll build the track across like this. We'll come down here, and then we will double track up from this station here. Good. So that will also allow us to put more trains on. And we should probably take this opportunity to third rail the shit out of it now that I think of it, because we can put those delightful little emus on and not actually use the Shire at all. So, clearly I'm thinking 5 steps ahead and 4 steps backwards. Or maybe it's 4 steps backwards and 5 steps ahead. I don't know. Clearly we're thinking, for the future and for the past and for the now and for everything in between. So we'll upgrade all this track here. We'll upgrade all this track up here. I think we missed a bit. We'll get that bit there. Got to make sure everything is done, otherwise our trains will get very confused. And we should really double track through this tunnel here, because St. Grading Port really hasn't grown as much as I thought it would. So if we can double track all this area, we can improve services and hopefully give this town a bit of growth. Now there's actually a church in the way there, so I might have to sort of tweak that track there a bit. That's not too shabby, and we'll get rid of obviously this set of points here and this set of points here, and then we'll need to put in some signals. Get rid of the one-way signals we no longer need because they're now redundant. And yeah, let's put in some color light signals, because who doesn't like color light signals? So I'll upgrade you. I'll drop one in there. They're cute little signals anyway. And we'll put some in there. Put a couple in here. A couple in here. And a couple in there. There we go. That's some nice signal placement going on there. And we'll get a couple in there and a couple down here. There we go. Good. And now we've got fancy color light signals to go with our fancy electric trains from Fancy Pants Town-ness. Now, we need to get another tunnel through this mountain. This was the expensive part I was hoping to put off. Now, if we drop the land down here 1 tile, that's not going to make us any friends with the town council, by the way, because I'm pretty sure we just flatten an entire forest worth of trees. But, they'll deal with it. They'll get over it in time. And if they don't, do we really care? We're not trying to build any stations in this area. So, whoop-de-doo. Do your worst, town. Famous last words. I know. I'm asking for trouble. And if I ask for trouble, I will get trouble. But trouble seems to find me anyway, so there's not much you can do about it. We'll connect that up down to the loop there, and that has double tracked that section. So we'll get rid of the points we no longer need. Yeah, get rid of that. Hopefully all that track is now third rail as well. I'm not actually 100% sure. So we'll put signal. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. You're about to go into the tunnel, and I wanted to put some signals down, and I didn't think about how that would make you feel. That's on me. Now, back to the conversion tool, which is that fella there, and we will just convert a big old chunk of track there. I thought that was an error message popping up going, "Oh, you've gone and stuffed this up." Yes, I probably have. Oh, look, another expensive tunnel we get to build. I can see why this line's at capacity, though, because we keep shoehorning trains onto it with the best of intentions, and yeah, we don't actually think about how that's going to make the town feel. So we'll probably want to stick the tunnel in there, but we'll need to raise that land up. Drop that in like that. Now, I don't want to have an ugly corner there, so we're going to have to bring the track out a little bit. Like that. We'll also convert up this section here while I think of it. Go away, budget window. I don't care if we're over or under budget. We've got 4.5 million bucks, so we're doing all right. Make sure I've converted all this track here. I'm paranoid about that, because if I miss just one bit, the third rail trains are just going to have a pink fit or a blue fit or some colour fit. Pick your own colour and insert it in as appropriate, if you're playing at home. So that should be that section all third rail there. Good. And we'll leave the existing semaphores in. They're not hurting anyone, and if they are, we'll just turn a blind eye to it. Because, now I've gotten rid of the points there and not actually connected this track up out here. So I've gone stuffed up big time. So we'll quickly get rid of these signals and quickly sort of shoehorn that track in there to make sure that's all good. Because otherwise all our trains are just going to completely stuff up. Now, if I do that, yeah, that's not going to be a smooth. Oops, sorry. Hi. Sorry about that. There we go. So we're going to have to sort of step this down a bit and then run this in a bit more of a pleasing corner here. Drop that down to the existing station. And again, just convert. Yep, that goes well. How did we even get this train on this? Oh, no, it's got its own depot up there. We may as well third rail this at the same time. It's an isolated system. Why not? And now we go through the usual rigmarole of all the things losing money that we don't care about. Big whoop-de-doo. Let's get rid of all these points down here because we don't need them. And we need to throw down some more signals. So we'll drop them down like that and put some more signals in. Look at us getting all fancy here with double track and electric signals and things. So it's all double track now all the way back into Baroli City. So it all should be sweet. We do have to convert the rest of it to third rail though. Otherwise we are going to be in serious trouble when we try and build some trains. Good to see I've remembered to finish double tracking that line as well. So we'll probably have to come back and revisit that at some point. Now we run this down here. These trains will come through Pleasbrook Interchange on the... Well, they come in on the middle tracks, and then they will go out on the outside tracks, won't they? Yes, so we need to third rail up here and down here, but the middle tracks we can leave non-third rail, or dual rail, as I guess you'd call it. Now we're going to have to be very careful we don't miss any tiles here, especially around our confusing junction of confusion. So we'll just have to do this individually and make sure we don't miss any tiles. If you're playing at home and you see me miss a tile, just, scream out pantomime style, "You missed a tile!" And, I'll probably hear you through some sort of time-space continuity problem. Maybe, if we're lucky. I certainly can't see this having any problems at all, he says very sarcastically, because, I'm playing with fire here by only third railifying one track. We'll third railify the depot. We'll third railify every track in the station and this far depot as well, I reckon. If anything, it gives us a more modern depot, and that way it gives our trains a bit more leeway as to where they go. Let's just third rail the whole yard here, make sure we've got everything. In fact, I'm going to third rail all these tracks down here, just to make sure that we're good to go, and we'll third rail these middle tracks here, just in case. Just in case. I just don't want to get caught short later. We'll just have to remember that these tracks down here have not been third railified, and thus will not, give us access to third rail trains. So these are all the trains we've got that stop at St Gradingport, and I figure that's an easy station to pick to replace the trains because we'll only capture the ones on this line here. If we pick Baroli City, we'd obviously get a shit ton of trains that we're not really interested in. So in fact, a couple of them are actually getting old anyway, so they're due for replacement. Now this fella here, what's your top speed? 96. What's the top speed of the third rail train that we've got? That is 96. Good. So we'll probably leave this fella going. You're a mogul as well, so we'll leave a couple of steam trains on there, sort of a legacy thing. You can imagine the passengers, they hear all the news about the new third rail trains that have been introduced, and then chuff chuff clackety clack bang crunch, rolling into the station. Where do we get on this primitive piece of shit? So yeah, we accepted the Shire, but obviously we're not going to deploy it on this route. We will, however, be deploying a number of Metro Camel Emus, because that's what we're building. And, the 6-car set seemed to work quite well on the other route we set them up on. So how many do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go 8. Let's go 10, actually. Let's not dick around. Let's go the full 10. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And boy, didn't that set the bank balance back. That was like $2 million worth of train. Do I have any regrets? Possibly. I may have some regrets. I don't know. We'll find out when I hit this button and utter chaos is unleashed on the network. I hope their orders are starting in the right place. Baroli City, then Soonington. Yes, they are. Good. Let's turn the trees back on too, so we can appreciate the majesty of all these windows I've got open. No, we'll close them down, and off they go. Look at them. Look at them. Pretty trains. Pretty trains. Look at all the pretty trains. I don't know why I closed down the St Gradingport window, because I actually need that to now get rid of the shitty old clanky steam trains that we don't want anymore. Train 1 is getting very old. Well, boy, oh, you're not part of this list. Never mind. We'll just sort of put you aside and deal with you when we have time. But train 2, boy, have we got a deal for you. So we're going to get you to stop sharing, and we need to find a depot for you to go to naff off. Do you actually have a depot as part of your orders? You don't. Well, that's inconvenient. So we'll just shoehorn one in there. In fact, while I think of it, we'll shoehorn a depot in there for all of our trains, just in case we should have to go through this at some point. No, I don't want you to go to far end. We'll just stay at the middle. We'll just have that attached to the orders there. 58. Oh, you're conveniently in the right place. Stop sharing, and we've missed our opportunity. Never mind. Well, when you've done a full cycle, you can go to that depot and be scrapped. Ditto for this train. So again, we need you to stop sharing and go there and stop. This is going to take a while. Train 60. This is the downside of having too many. Oh, no, we've already done you. Okay. What about 61? Yes, good. We need you to stop sharing, and we need you to go there and stop. How many more do we have? We have 62, we have 63, 87 and 88 we'll keep going because they're fairly recent trains. So stop sharing. It looks like you've just missed your chance to go to the depot, so you're going to do a full cycle. And I don't know where you are. You're at Tillithwaite, so you're on the way. So you can go to the depot and stop. Do we still have trains coming out of the depot here? No, they're all underway. So we should have a big ass convoy. There goes Trundon Quarry, wherever that was. Yes, we've got a big ass convoy on the way down to Pleasbrook Interchange. Hopefully they are all going to start making some money. You have just started hemorrhaging money immediately. Fantastic. I have several thoughts about this, and none of them are expletive free. But I'm really hoping we can make a dent in this number of passengers waiting here. It does mean we're no longer going to be transporting mail, but I really don't care. Mail is just incidental to our needs. So how are you going? You have lost 60 quid. Okay, so maybe building the 2 sets of emus was not a sensible idea. Maybe, see, the steam trains are making money. And I think they're the moguls that we're keeping anyway. Well, this one's going, but the mogul we're keeping. With its clackety old carriages. Now, train 1, what was your problem? Where were you? Oh, you're actually on this line that we want to upgrade anyway. So, good. Well, we'll close you because we will be fixing you shortly because we're going to double track this and third rail the shit out of this one as well. Because, well, we're here. We're probably not queer, but people are going to have to deal with it. So we'll upgrade that bridge there. We'll come down here. We'll turn the trees off again because that makes everything easier to build. And we will again do the same thing we did last time by upgrading, double tracking, removing points, yada, 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 and putting in fancy electric signals for reasons. So we'll put a fancy electric signal in there, a couple of fancy electric signals in there. I'll upgrade you to fancy electric signals and make sure we upgrade the track at the same time. Otherwise we will forget and there'll be plenty of tears before bedtime. So let's run that track down there. Let's get rid of these points here because, well, we kind of don't need them. Remember to upgrade the existing track, you Burke. I want that track there. That option there, rather. Not that track there, that track. This signal can go away. That signal can go away. Let's see, we'll just run a big line of signals down there and run a big line of signals down there and then get rid of this random semaphore that seems to have popped up for some reason. And yes, okay, so now we have to somehow double track down here. We'll just do a bit of land adjustment. Dunham, considering all the traffic it gets from the ferries and the trains, they really have not grown at all. They think we're excellent. They probably thought we were outstanding until we smashed that big chunk of hill out of the way, complete with all the trees and corresponding wildlife. Sorry, wildlife. I'll build you a new habitat eventually, I'm sure. Conversion tool, please. I would like to convert all this track as well and get rid of these points because we no longer need them. I will put a new set of points in here, though. Trundon Iron Ore Mine announces imminent closure. Oh, well, we weren't using it. We don't care. I will get some freight going eventually because you do need to transport every type of freight in the game, I believe, in a month to get the highest possible score. Not that we're really playing for score, we're just playing for fun, because if we were playing for score, I am going about this completely the wrong way. Train 11 is lost. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I buggered your tracks up while you were still pathfinding. So you should fix up now and go... No, where are you trying to go? Ron Grove Rivers. Well, why can't you go? Oh, I put the wrong signal in the way. That's my bad. That's entirely on me, Chief. You have my sincere apologies. Put the signal there instead. You happy? Happy. I'm really sorry, man. I was talking, wasn't thinking. You know, we all make mistakes. Can you forgive me? He's forgiven me. It's all good. It's fine. It's good. He's cool. And we will now connect this up here. We can have trains racing our ships, which is probably going to be a pretty one-sided race now that I think of it. But, you know, what are you going to do? We'll need to put down some fancy electric signals down here, please. And drag and drop. And drag and drop. As you can see, a lot of care being put into this signal placement. I just, you know, I care so much about where these signals are. It's a big part of the aesthetics for me. And look at me past Teaneck, you know, planning ahead for the double track with this bridge placement. Go me. I'm not sure if that's why I did it or if it was just to sort of bridge the gap between the hill and the track that I was going over. But either way, I don't care. It works. I've gotten rid of that set of points prematurely, so I better build quickly. Otherwise, our trains will get lost. You know, again, we've already stuffed our trains around once today. So conversion tool, let's just go. No, actually, I don't want to do that because I'll convert unnecessary freight line into third rail, and well, that's just a waste of money. And well, after spending all that money on those emus, we do have 1 million of it back already. But yeah, that was not a cheap exercise. We're gonna have to do it again shortly for this line. So you know, we're gonna be a little bit careful. Let's get rid of those signals and put in some fancy color lights, and put some in here. And just drag and drop some in here. And we'll leave the existing semaphores in place because they're not hurting anyone, except that one. That's hurting a lot of people. War crimes, I believe, is the term we're looking for. Now we've converted the tunnel, but we haven't done the track on this side. So let's just do that. And I think this line terminates at Tillithwaite. It does. Good. Look at me remembering town names. Hey! I've played this game before and, you know things about it. Yeah, I should stop lying. I got no idea. Oh, I removed another set of points prematurely. It's fine. We've got very few trains running on this route, apparently. We should probably think before you say each word. We should certainly investigate the possibility to put more trains on. Yeah, that's a terminology that we've used. Now, will they let me get rid of this road? They will. Oh, that's good of them because I didn't like that road. No, I didn't want to zoom out. I wanted to click on something. I can't remember what it was. Click on the track tool and upgrade just everything to third rail. All of the third rail. Everything gets to be third rail. You get to be third rail. You get to be third rail. You get to be removed. You get to be removed. And we're in a new year already. God, time flies when you're upgrading track. I'm sure the messages down the bottom are important. I'm just glossing over them. Because, you know, we'll figure it out. If it's really bad, we'll see a massive jam up of trains and go, oh gee, we'll stuff that up. So for now, it's just, you know, focusing on our task at hand, focusing on the placement of signals. We probably don't need these semaphores anymore if we've put many color light signals in to replace them, and that should be enough signals for this line. So talk to me. Well, this is how baby ships are made. Talk to me, Tretchester. Well, you've got a lot of passengers waiting. 155 want to go via Tillithwaite. 58 want to go via Mesfield. Good for them. And 38 want to go via Dunham, which is down here. So, you know, putting more trains on will solve 2 of those problems at least. We've only got 4 trains on this route, and one of them is already getting old. So we will just smash them aside and replace them with... Well, we can put a trucking route in to get wood from this forest over to our sawmill. That might be next on the list. Again, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants today. I got no plan in place. I'm just doing what comes naturally, and that is building a shitload of trains for literally no reason. So we'll drop them up there. We'll build a couple of standard carriages. Shoehorn that one in there. Train 111. Have we really built 111 trains already? Gosh darn, that's incredible. So copy, don't share the orders. And what's that, 4, 5, 6? We'll go with 6. We'll put the number up a little bit, not too extreme. And hopefully they can find their way onto the network. I closed something I wasn't supposed to close. Bugger off. Tretchester. And now, because we've shared the orders without... we've cloned the orders without sharing, I can just send these guys to a depot without actually affecting the orders of the new electric trains, and that problem will sort itself out pretty much. Good. So that should have also, because they feed into Rond Grove rivers, see, look, we've already halved the number of passengers trying to go via Pleasbrook. So either the increased number of trains is working, the double tracking is working to keep the trains moving, or 2,000 people have just gone, sod this, I'm going home. Wouldn't blame them. If you've been waiting, how long since we started this? 2 years? If you've been waiting 2 years for a train, I'd say sod this and go home too. In fact, I don't think I'd let it get to 2 years. Lots of goods there. Now, where's the freight? Okay, so we're not doing too bad for transported goods from there. We're still doing a shit job transporting goods out of the wharf down here, though. So what we'll do is we'll set up another shipping timber route thing. We could actually rail it down. We could always rail... Okay, no, put everything on hold. We've got a factory that's mildly convenient to the ocean. That was 63 grand that was just spent on an impulse. We'll let the water come in there because we can now ship lumber from this wharf here over to this factory here and generate goods, which we can then ship down here and add to the problem. In fact, we could actually move the goods terminal up here in the long term and just build a separate goods line into Feeningham and then maybe have another goods terminal up at Broly City or something. Broly City looks really small from space. Has that shrunk? I guess we've sort of constrained it by building train track around it, but it seems like it's actually gotten smaller. That's what she said. it's a thing people say. Let's let them expand a bit and, sort of screw up our own development at the same time by putting bridge in there, and then this city will explode off in this direction in a definitely non-sexual fashion. Now, that's flooded, good, so we can put a dock down here, and then I can spend 4 hours of your time detailing this whole area, but we'll call that Trundon Docks because I don't have a better name in mind. Now, where are we? We're building ships from here, good. So, show me, we've got some new ships available. We've got the Hopetown Tanker, which I don't know why I would draw attention to that because it doesn't build anything that we want it to build. Now, that's the giant-ass ship. We'll probably just go with the Altamira again because it's a coastal freighter and it can carry 360 tons of coal, which, of course, is no good to us. We want to carry 360 tons of lumber. But if you could full load at the sawmill, please, and take that lumber up to the docks, that would be super duper. Yeah, that's right. And you can just belong to that depot in case we want to scrap you. And let's get 2 of those. Just planning for the future. And because this isn't transport fever, we can quite happily dump as much lumber at this factory as we want. We need to also find some steel and plastic for it as well. That'll help things along. Train 59's still losing money. We were going to third rail that bitch as well, weren't we? Because, well, why the hell not? Let's just build a single 3-car train, and that way we've completely future-proofed it until the end of time. Copy those orders, and we'll just send to the depot and scrap. I realise that's probably just going to exacerbate the problem of it losing money, but, we're planning for the future. Now we can just set and forget it, and it'll just chuff up and down in its little suburban train-ness. No one wants to go to Mesfield. I don't know why. Mesfield seems like a delightful little town. In fact, Mesfield should probably get another bus stop in it, because... how are people going to get around Mesfield if not for a bus stop? Accepts nothing. Accepts passengers. No, it doesn't. Accepts nothing but supplies passengers. Accepts and supplies passengers. Well, that was easy. And do we want to put another bus stop down in Tretchester to help it expand? Accepts nothing, supplies passengers. There we go, passengers and passengers. Good. And we'll just add that as a couple of stops to our bus route here. So after Tretchester, we'll get you to call in at Tretchester Valley, and then Mesfield Central, and then on the way back you can also do those things. And which depot do you belong to? Mesfield Road Vehicle Depot. Mesfield has a road vehicle? Oh, it does. Good for Mesfield. We'll shoehorn that in, actually, where it belongs. Train 1 is getting old and urgently needs replacing. I just saw that. Well, good thing Train 1 is getting sold for scrap, along with all of its cohorts. Bye! And that solves that problem. Train 10 is getting old. Well, we'll deal with you later. Train 9 is getting old. We'll deal with you later. Train 11 is getting... I'm sensing a pattern here. Bye. It's easy to scrap things. Now, we wanted to set up this forest over here to give us some sort of shipping route down here. Now, what I'm thinking is we will just do a sneaky, piss off all of our trains in the process, but we'll do a sneaky. Yeah, that's going to upset a few trains. Quickly, build a bridge. Nailed it. I'm not even sure if that's the bridge I wanted to build, but I've built it, and now it's a thing. So we'll put in... Actually, I'm going to need to raise that bridge up to make sure it can get over the ships that we're going to build. So show me truss bridge. Now it's got a nice little support in the middle of it. I know I've upset that train, but it's not going to go anywhere. Let's go tied arch instead. That looks nicer. I like a good tied arch bridge. I'm assuming it's got something to do with the fact that it's an arch shape and it's got suspension things coming down from it. Scrap all of the trains. We don't need them anymore. And this just saves us building a pointless truck route. So, Pleasbrook Docks. I'm really getting into shipping at the moment. Train 106 is last year. You'll figure it out. That's entirely my fault, Chief. Now we want to get another altimeter, whatever the hell it's called, freighter. And no, not lumber. No, we want wood. This ship has to have wood. So if you could full load at Pleasbrook Docks, please. And if you could find your way over to the sawmill. No, you can't. Okay, we're going to have to send you via Dreadingstoke Island Boy. Actually, we'll send you via Dunham Boy. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Then you can go to the sawmill. And then you can go back via Dreadingstoke Island Boy. Because why not? And after the sawmill, we'll just give you that depot, just in case you should need it. Clone, send the 2 ships out. Hopefully that forest can sustain 2 ships. 80 tons of wood. No, it cannot, but it'll find a way. So I'm assuming these are the lumber ships trying to load here. No, the goods production has actually slowed down. Interesting. Oh, of course, because we're now producing lumber. It's now going to go 50-50 instead of 70-30 or whatever the ratio was before. But you're coming in with 360 ton of wood, so that'll help things along. Now, we probably want to investigate moving our goods terminal up here and all of the associated shenanigans that go along with it. And I can actually build a better goods junction too as a result. So what we'll do is we'll dig a hole here. No, we'll dig a hole there. That's where we wanted to put the hole. And we'll put in some track coming down like this. We'll put in some track going across like that. We'll connect this up. No, there's a hill on the way. Get rid of the trees, you goose, and then you can easily connect things up. Yeah, we'll just run it up to here. There we go. That's good. And we'll bring the tracks in, and now we need some depot. Not some depot. We need some station action. Let's look at. Yeah, we'll just go with the buffer stop with fencing, and we'll go 3 platforms. Now, can we put that right on the coast? We can't. We'll attach it to Trundon Docks just so we can unload the goods there from the sawmill and put it onto trains. And now we get to build us a fancy freight station with some hopefully more modern buildings. Modern goods shed with ramp. 1, please. Show me a 5-length station. What's that look like? Oh, that's a fancy looking station. Oh, that's nice. Agricultural trade. No, we don't want that. Show me something in that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Show me something in the way of that. That's kind of cool too. I'm really liking how this station's coming along. And we'll what else? We can build void with fencing. No, we can attach an engine shed to it. Roundhouse. What's that look like? Let's just put one over here and see what it looks like. Okay, that is possibly the coolest thing I've ever seen. We will definitely be attaching that to the station just because we can. No, I've gone and stuffed that up, haven't I? Yep. Okay, so the track comes in from the other side. So can we... Oh, here we go. 3x3 horizontal. So try that one. There we go. Now we can sort of have a bit of track coming down. Yep, the track has even re-gauged itself correctly, which is awfully nice of it. And we'll just have that connect up sort of eye candy style. Even though it's completely not functional, it just looks cool. And isn't that what we're here for? Things to look cool. South Windberg Quarry, no! No, I don't really care. I have no strong opinions on South Windberg Quarry at all. Now we want to put in signals here. We want to put in signals. No, that's the wrong way to put a signal. We do not want to put a signal there. Do we need more queuing space for goods trains coming in? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it's fine. And then when it isn't fine and it all goes tits up, you can all sit there and point and laugh and throw stones from your glass houses and say, "Mwah, Teenick stuffs up again." Wouldn't be the first time. Now we are going to have to divert these goods trains down here, but first we're going to have to divert the ships because, well, they've got they've got a bit of a backlog to get through. Now we need to find the goods ship that is going to the freight port. So show me shipping. That's these three fellas here. So you guys are, you're carrying wood. Okay, so we need to put a bit more care into this. Now which one's carrying goods? You're carrying goods. Okay, so are you sharing orders? You are. Who are you sharing with? Just the other one. Good. Okay, so we can divert these two. So we want you to go to... No, you're carrying wood as well. Okay. Okay, how are you sharing orders if you're ship 1, ship 32 and 28? Good. Okay, they're the ones I want to divert. I went and nearly buggered that up then. So we need, instead of going to Phoenix Freight Port, you're going to go to Trundon Docks. And you are going to unload all, and no, we don't want to refit you. No, I've clicked on the wrong thing, and we want you to no loading, unload and leave empty. Can we force you to transfer? Transfer and leave empty. There we go. So he will now take his goods up to Trundon Docks, dump the goods there, and then go back to the sawmill. And so we'll ship 32. So you are taking your goods back to the sawmill because you've gotten confused, and that's entirely on me. So now that will mean we can now divert the goods ship, the goods trains rather, and we'll just forget those goods exist because, you know, oh, I closed the wrong thing again. We want to divert these trains instead of going to the freight port to load, and this is going to confuse them big time. We want to send you to Trundon Docks to load, and we'll rename this to Trundon. We'll call it Freight Complex, because that's a cooler name than Trundon Docks, I guess. And we'll put a bit more eye candy and maybe a couple of buffer stops in here. 2x1. Did that really do anything for us? Yes, it's putting a bit of a fence in. We've got some nice little sidings there, and we'll put in just a couple of signals actually, just to make sure nothing tries to come down here and access anything to load or unload or whatever. And I'll put a signal on there, just eye candy purposes, you know. I didn't want to go to Chunchurch Farm, although 3 farms, was that one closing? Yeah, okay. Well, there's now 2 farms there, so that's an appealing area to access farm type things. But I am making sure that everything is running smoothly at Sammy Sawmill here. So plenty of goods, plenty of lumber. In fact, we might need another lumber ship on that route that we've got the route for the ships. So 33 and 34, they should be the lumber ships. Yes, they're doing quite well for themselves. So let's just go ahead and build another, let's say 1 for now, and we'll reassess further down the track. But now that has rendered this goods siding here obsolete. So these 1,110 crates of goods will just have to disappear into the ether as time goes on. Just like, you know, the coal before it, we sort of gave up on. So, you know, so this bloke here, he's a bit confused. He's now trying to get back over here. So I'm just going to, no, he's not. He is going to Phoenix City. Good. So he should end up on the correct route eventually. He will end up on the correct route eventually. And this bloke should be coming towards the freight complex to load. Nothing at all. That's okay. It'll figure itself out. Now, I want to do a bit of eye candy down at the docks. I realise I've got all these problems down here, but I'm just going to ignore them. I'm going to build eye candy because I like building eye candy. So what do we want to build? We want to build do we want to build a dry dock? I think we do. I think we want to build a dry dock there. That looks cool. Instant cool factor. We also need to we'll put in the basic key all the way around here just to make it look cool, and then we can sort of attach stuff to it. That's like 30 grand to go, I just realised. 30 grand to go for eye candy. And I wonder why we never have any money. But yeah, this is looking like quite a major port now. I'm quite happy with that. So we could build the key with trains. No, I like just the normal key. Now what do we got? We got ships at keys. We can actually build some more fancy things. Let's put land sloped in wrong direction. Oh, maybe because we've already got a key there, we can't actually build another one. So let's try that one. No. There we go. I knew we'd figure it out eventually. We can't build any of the more modern ones. Now docks, we've already got the dry dock going. Cranes. Oh, we can build a couple of cranes around the place. Let's put a crane in there. That looks kind of nice. And we'll drop a crane in there. That was not facing the way I thought it would, but what are you going to do? Now buildings, we can build a chandelier thingy. We can build wine storage. I don't think we need a restaurant though. I think this is probably not the right place for a restaurant. So let's build, no, that's too big. Let's build one of these fellas. Yeah, let's put that in there. That looks kind of nice. New keys, key extensions. Oh my God, look at all this stuff we can build. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Key with sheds. Oh, that was the bit we had trouble with last time, wasn't it? We sort of had trouble building these. Large sheds. Cold storage. Well, we might eventually have stuff coming out of here. I don't know. Cold storage. Can we build that there? Yeah, we can build one of those, and we'll build a single tile one behind it. Yeah, this is cool. Single ships. Don't worry, guys. You'll find love soon. Build a fishing trawler. We can just drop that. That's probably going to get in the way. Let's not do that. Let's instead put it up against the dock. There we go. That's a bit better. Now we need a lighthouse to stop our ships wanging into things. Actually, didn't we have a lighthouse on a stick? Oh my God, look at this stuff. Bulk material storage, coal and iron ore. That's awesome. We've got storage tanks. Oh, there's so much stuff to build. Oh, I love it. Now, I swear we had an option to build ships at moles. Have we got new ones here? Oh, look at this. We've got dredging works. We've got fishing boats. We've got fishing trawler at a dock. No, I was looking more for the sticky addy bit with the lighthouse on it. I know we had access to that at some point. Maybe it's down here. Oh, here we go. Lighthouses, mole lights, port lights. Oh, this is cool. We'll put a couple down at the entrance to the channel so people know not to wang into the docks. And yeah, we should probably put one down on the edge here. Now that does not join up the way I thought it would, so let's just not do that. Let's pretend we didn't do that. What about if we build this one out here? That looks a bit better. And now we have a hastily built but really cool looking dock area around this factory, which is currently doing absolutely nothing. But already up to 712 tons of goods thanks to our goods ships and our lumber ships coming in to unload at the factory. So that's going well. Yeah, there's a lot of windows to close. Now, it occurs to me we should probably put more goods trains on this route too, because, well, we've increased the amount of goods we're producing and we were having trouble with it as it was, because now we're getting goods from this factory. And because this factory is not going to announce imminent closure as long as it's being supplied by lumber, we can now focus on bringing plastic and steel to this factory, knowing that they won't pull, the rug out from under us. So we're definitely going to end up making this a much bigger freight terminal. We'll probably end up with more platforms over here heading in this direction, and we'll run freight down to, I'm going to say Stanbridge and Broly City, just because they seem like a convenient place to take freight, but we can even ship it down to Rongrove Rivers if we wanted to. Does that accept goods? It does. Oh, there's an opportunity to move some goods. And because I've turned freight destinations off, it just generates goods. And, it just wants to go wherever it is accepted. So at the moment, the only place taking goods is this train into town. But if we set up a ship taking goods from the freight complex down to Rongrove Rivers, Ship 37 is lost. Oh, what's wrong, Ship 37? Where are you trying to go, buddy? You're trying to go to the sawmill. Oh, you want to get over there and you don't know how to go around the outside of the... Oh, bless. What if we carve a little channel in for you? Is that going to help? Let's just hit the fast forward button, see if that helps. Yeah, he knows where he's going now. Oh, there you go, buddy. Sorry about that. The town will probably just build a bridge over there, and in fact, we'll build a bridge for them, because we're the kind and generous sort that build tied arch bridges when we don't need to, because we're just caring and sharing like that, and eventually, hopefully, this town. Well, there goes Stanbridge City Oil Wells. We barely knew you. It's probably a stupid place to have an oil well anyway, right in the middle of an urban centre. Where were we? We were building a goods ship from Trundon Freight Complex over to Rongrove Rivers to help us, ship goods. That's a pretty logical reason, I would think. Now, we're probably going to need a buoy somewhere in the middle here. It's going to decide that is too far of a distance to, send the ships without complication. So we'll chuck one there and hope for the best. Now show me another Altamira freighter, whatever it's called. Head to Trundon Buoy, and then is that going to be too far? No, it can do it. You can service at that depot there. We still have a dock over here from when there used to be a steel mill there, so that's a thing that we never got rid of because I'm a lazy bugger. Make sure you're carrying goods, please. And off you go. I said off you go. Yeah, you figured it out. Aberwell now accepts food. Oh, good for Aberwell. We haven't done anything to this island for a while, have we? No. I'm really feeling the shipping, though. So I'm wondering if we can't actually get some steel going, because we've got iron ore up here. We've got a steel mill here. Do we have a steel mill sort of close to the coast? What's that? That's a factory. That doesn't help us. We've got iron ore up here, a factory here, more iron ore here. Plenty of iron ore around. There's a steel mill by the coast. We just need coal. There's coal up there. Right, okay, so if we get coal going down by train, we can train iron ore in as well using our existing railway line, and we can ship steel all the way down around the coast to this factory here, which I think is pretty spiffy. Or we could just run it on ridiculously heavy trains that go down through the middle, which is probably just as cool. Ship 33 is lost. Oh, you people and your inability to basically navigate. We'll put a buoy in there, and we'll make you guys... Yeah, so let's see, you want to go back to Dreadingstoke Island, what's it called? So we'll send you via the buoy there, and you should not get lost now. You seem to be able to find your way from the sawmill to the freight complex quite easily, but it's going the other way that you struggle with. Now, I am very wary that this sawmill is going to pull the wool out from under us. Pull the wool out from us? Pull the rug out from under us. I can't even get my metaphors right today. I need coffee, or tea with coffee mixed into it. Now, that'd be something. Now, show me something in the way of a coal loading station, please. We'll just go 1 on 3 because I'm pretty sure we're having a fairly frequent service. And let's go with the roast. Ship 36. Can you figure your own shit out, please? I don't know why I keep having to pick up your pieces. You want to go to Dreadingstoke Island, boy? It's literally right there. It's just put a channel in there for you as well. I don't know why these ships are suddenly getting lost. We never had this problem before. Now, in the meantime, they're using this as a distraction to close this steel mill down without me looking. So what I'm thinking is we'll put a ro-ro station in here because, well, it's a fairly modern time now, and you know, balloon loops are sort of becoming more prevalent, I imagine. I'm not up on my balloon loop railway history, but you know, I'm sure they started to become a thing around the time that is this one. I guess. I don't know. Someone's probably going to look that up and tell me, and I'll be eternally grateful, or I won't care. Either way, whatever. Now we need to get across there. Are we going down? We are going down eventually, but let's build a bridge just because, you know, save unnecessary height adjustments if we can. Well, that's a fancy looking bridge, isn't it? Now we want to get down to the steel mill's over there. Okay, that bridge was probably a complete waste of time. I'm going to make it work though, because we spent a lot of money on that bridge, and you know, gonna keep it. We may as well tunnel through there to avoid going over the hill, and we'll just drop down like this. Now, we need to build such a station that allows us to connect up to this main line as well as accepting the coal. So we also don't want to upset Lunis. Lunis? Appalling. Right, well this probably isn't going to work then. I'm going to have a look. Let's see. What do they reckon? Oh no, they will let us build a station out here. That's far enough away from them they don't seem to care. What about next to the steel mill? Yeah, they don't like that though. So we can build one all the way down here if we want. So we're probably looking at 3 tracks. We'll go with a length of 7 because I imagine we're going to be building some pretty long steel trains. And we'll need to leave room for a buffer stop too. So if we put it there, 29 grand. If we try and put it there, we'll have to lower a bit of land. But if we try and put it here, what was it here? Yep, 29 grand. That'll happen. That's a thing that's happened. And once the town stops hating us, we'll connect it up, you know, in good time. Now we want ISR fixtures, so we can put down some buffer stops. Boom. We've made that happen. Now we'll need to attach a coal unloading platform as well. We'll probably put that up on this side. So we need stations, we need minerals unloader, and we'll just put a 1x3 down for that one. I'll just tuck it in behind there. I know it's not terribly visible, but yeah, we all know it's there. That's the important thing. So built too much track there, and we'll make this a row as well, just to keep the good times rolling, so to speak, or keep the coal trains rolling. And we wonder why the town hates us when we've just completely smashed aside literally every bit of landscape that they ever held dear to their hearts. Connect that up there, please. Connect this down. Well, that's only a little bit of redundant track, I guess. That's not too bad. And we've left enough room so that we can build our track out this way as well. For the steel mill station, we'll need to double track that coming in and out as well, like that. So just building for the future. Now we're going to, ooh, fancy new depot, go us. Now we're going to need to build a depot, so we'll probably throw that down there. Connect that track up like that, and we'll also need to connect up a set of track there to get them in and out of the coal line. Train 14 is getting very old. We should probably deal with that at some point too. But first, we need to get this coal moving and then get iron ore deliveries happening so that this steel mill doesn't yank the rug out from under us. There's that third metaphor. Third time we've used that metaphor. I'm going to cut that shit out. That's enough of that metaphor. So let's go with an 060 freight. They seem to be doing pretty well for us. Still haven't used the Shire. Good thing we secured that. And we'll go the 5-plank open wagon because we don't really have a choice. That's too many. That's still too many. Chuck a brake van on there. Train number 1 apparently. Obviously we scrapped train number 1 and replaced it with train number 111 or whatever it ended up being. So if you can go there, and we'll give you that depot to own. And because you'll get lost, we'll send you to... Oh, you're still going to get lost, aren't you? Or do you know which platform? Oh my god, the pathfinding in this game is incredible. Back in the good old days of Transport Tycoon, if we'd sent it out that way, it would have just gone straight into the first platform and immediately gotten lost. This is just, that's testament to how much the developers of this game, of OpenTTD rather, actually care, because that is just really smart pathfinding. I'm literally blown away by the fact that he knew he had to go onto that platform because that was the only platform that would allow him access to the coal mine. That's incredible. In fact, just for future trains purposes, I'm going to put another track in down this way once he clears. Just to allow trains to go straight up to the coal mine, because now that we've got him running, we'll obviously be delivering a lot of iron ore by ship, so we'll probably need a second coal train in reasonably quick time. Now, where are we going to get our iron ore from? We can get it from this mine down here. We can rail it in. That's not a problem, which means we'll probably have to extend this because we'll be having the... No, we'll just unload the iron ore at these platforms here. I'm sure it'll be fine. Realism be damned. I feel dirty just saying that, I know. Now I'm gonna quad track this here, just to give our freight trains a little bit of room to move. You know, so that they don't. I'm gonna keep on a separate line so they don't interrupt our passenger trains, because this will obviously become a very busy line in time, and I don't want to sort of upset the natural order of things. And then we can quad track it eventually to... Oh, there's a bloody forest in the way, isn't there? Well, it looks like we are actually going to join the passenger lines then. In that case, we'll just join them up here. We've got plenty of room for the junction. So it was a nice idea. It had good sound benefits to it, but that idea has now been scrapped due to a lack of interest. Also due to a forest being in the way. So, damn you, forest! I'm shaking my fist at the screen, because that's going to help, apparently. Now we're going to have to upgrade these signals to home signals. We'll get rid of that one because it's just going to get in the way. We'll also need a signal for trains coming off the branch. And we'll throw down some electric signals on the freight line here because, well, obviously we're going to need to run more than one train, and signals help us do that. Yep, that's Signals 101 by TNIC. We will have to put a home signal in. Actually, we'll need to put a set of points in there. So we'll put a home stick in there, put a few in, protecting these platforms here. We're going to need to also put in a few signals around this loop here. And we'll put one in. A one-way signal like that. We'll need to put in one before the platform. And we'll put in a couple of signals up this end as well. Yeah, see, otherwise he's going to want to change direction. So, you know, we'll need to make sure that he doesn't think that's a viable option as we go forward. Because once we have multiple trains, obviously we want them to run around the balloon loop properly instead of reversing in place. Now, we need iron ore, and we need it quickly because we are already bringing in coal. Now, where's our iron ore mine? It's up here. It's 108. Oh, we've already used this one. That's right. Good for us. Hopefully it doesn't shut down on us before we get going. So we'll have a set of points in here like that, and we'll just rejig the signals at this new junction to make sure it works like that. Don't bugger it up, that would be bad. That would be very bad. And we can actually build nice, long, heavy iron ore trains, so we can get some use out of that 080 mineral, finally. Now, are we going to build a balloon loop here? Do we have room? That is the question. We've got a big-ass mountain here. We will make room. That's what we're going to do. We will make room. Pointing at the screen aggressively probably doesn't actually help my cause. Now, we will have to build it sort of in here next to the mine, I guess. Supplies iron ore, that's what we want. Oh, it's got 2 loading points. Efficient. And we'll run the track in like this. Now we're going to have to sort of squeeze in a bit of a... Well, that's a lot of landscaping. Let's try and avoid doing too much of that. We need to go... it did it again. Okay, we're going to build a tunnel. There we go. Problem solved. Hopefully the miners don't actually decide to mine into this mountain. I'm not sure how mining works. I'm hoping they go down a fair distance before they come around. Otherwise, they're going to find a train tunnel, and there's going to be all sorts of problems as a result. So we need to put a one-way signal in there. We need to put a one-way signal in there. Put a couple in around the loop there. Probably only going to end up running one train on this line here, but we'll signal it as if we're going to run. I really should get around to fixing. Oh, now there's a steel mill here. I don't know how long that's been there. We probably noticed it earlier, and I've now forgotten about it, and now noticed it again, quote unquote, for the first time. But yeah, that's just how I roll. I'm an idiot. We'll go with the 080 mineral, please, and we'll go for a 5. Ooh, new hoppers. Let's get some of them going. We'll go with a 5-tile train for now and see how that handles it. And we can always bump it up to a 7-tile train if we need to. But I do plan on shipping a lot of iron ore in by ship. That probably went without saying, and I said it anyway. So let's have a look at these shiny new hoppers. I'm sorry, train 58. Were you in a depot waiting to be sold? Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Okay, train 58 we'll come back to. There's some nice looking new hoppers, and that's a big slow engine, 64 k's an hour top speed. Ship 32. Could you guys get your shit together, please? Where is ship 32 trying to go? The sawmill. Okay, do we need to put a boy in to direct you? Because you're clearly having trouble figuring out what day of the week it is. No, we've already got a boy there, so why are you... Oh, because you're probably the other ship that's on a different set of orders. Sorry, didn't mean to tie you with the same brush as your friend there. Now, can we set up a shipping route to bring more iron ore? No, we need to bring the steel somewhere first before we start piling up too much iron ore and coal. Because even though this game isn't Transport Fever, if we try and ship too much iron ore and coal in, it will back up and it will stop accepting iron ore and coal. So we've already got the freight line in place down here. We can run the steel trains through here, down this line, through our junction. Wow, I didn't even know we'd be doing this when we built that junction. Through here, down here, and then we've got to somehow get over to this freight complex over here. So I'm thinking we'll build another station on this side for incoming goods, or incoming steel rather. Or we can send it by boat, but no, then we've got to go all the way around the outside here. So train is definitely the way to go. Now, what do you think of us, Trundon? No, that's the station. Trundon thinks we are excellent. Well, that's good, because I'm going to smash this aside. Yeah, no regrets, don't care. Now they're going to hate us because we're going to build a big station and smash down a lot of their... now let's look at... no, we want to go back up to freight stations. Let's look at our options. We've got half-timbered sheds, we've got goods sheds, we've got modern goods shed with ramp. Let's get one of those going. We can't build these more fancy marshalling yard things down here. We can build old warehouses, though. I like modern goods shed with ramp, though. That's a cool looking station. So let's go with, now if we hold Katarl down, we can connect that up to the freight complex. Good. We can get some small sheds going. Now we want to go up to 7 in length here, so we'll do that. Yes, that's an impressive station. Now what else can we build? We can build another goods shed. We can build a modern goods shed. Now let's give it the old goods shed to keep it fresh and interesting. And do we want to go 7? No, it doesn't really work. What if we put in... No, I think I've broken something there. 2 by 3. What about 3 by 3? No, okay, that's not going to work. So what about 3 by 4? Okay, I don't hate that. It does put all of our tracks under cover, though, except for this outside one, though, so we don't get to see our trains doing train things. And we might as well update that to a more modern shed. Yeah, I'm not opposed, but I feel we can do better. What if we go 3x3? That's a bit better. We can see if there are trains there now. Let's leave it at that. And we'll need to put in some buffer stops, 3x1 with a fence around them, and then we'll have to connect up with some general. So we'll put in, I guess, the half timbered sheds. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, they've actually got track attached to them. Oh well, shiver me timbers and call me shivers. Let's build a station out of that instead. So we want to go 3 tracks. We want to go 7 long. Okay, well now Trundon hates us, so we've screwed the pooch on that one. Sorry, Trundon. Can we bribe you? 1.9 million. All for eye candy station development. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. Ooh, I like that. That looks really good. I'm glad we did that. That was definitely money well spent. Now, what else can we build? Because we need to sort of fill in this void here between the engine shed with some stuff. I hate this game so much.